One common misconception about drug addiction is that it only affects the user's life. However, the notion that they aren't harming anyone else except themselves is an excuse that many drug users use to justify their addiction. Drug addiction is not a one-person problem. It has a cascading effect on the lives of those around them. However, the notion that they aren't harming anyone else except themselves is an excuse that many drug users use to justify their addiction. Drug addiction is not a one-person problem. It has a cascading effect on the lives of those around them. It is a social issue that normalizes drug use and has an impact on individuals and their families. Drug addiction is not a one-person problem. It has a cascading effect on the lives of those around them. It is a social issue that normalizes drug use and has an impact on individuals and their families. Neglecting responsibilities as a result of drugs can have a negative impact on a person's career, children's education, or family financial security. It is not only illegal to transport. The types of crime that an individual may commit while on drugs are numerous, and neglecting responsibilities as a result of drugs can have a negative impact on a person's career, but drug users are more likely to commit crime than non-users. Another way that drugs influence people to commit crimes is through petty theft in order to obtain drugs. The types of crime that an individual may commit while on drugs are numerous. Neglecting responsibilities as a result of drugs can have a negative impact on a person's career, but drug users are more likely to commit crime and satisfy their cravings when they are desperate. There are two types of people: those who believe that drug addiction treatment should be available to all, as well as those who believe that drug addiction should not be treated as a criminal offense. And satisfy their cravings when they are desperate. Finally, it makes no difference whether the addict is a criminal or not. With the right support and treatment, a person can overcome addiction and reintegrate themselves back into society. Drug addiction should not be treated as a criminal offense. Because of the drug rehabilitation process, there are nearly an infinite number of people who have taken the necessary steps to overcome the crippling addiction and even become pillars of various communities. Because of the drug rehabilitation process, there are nearly an infinite number of people who have taken the necessary steps to overcome the crippling addiction and even become pillars of various communities. Unfortunately, drug addiction continues to exist in society. Unfortunately, drug addiction continues to exist in society. It can be extremely difficult to recover from an addiction once it has begun. It's common to become frustrated with family members or loved ones who are addicted. Unfortunately, drug addiction continues to exist in society. It can be extremely difficult to recover from addiction once it has begun. People whose children, siblings, or other loved ones that are addicted can gain empathy by learning about the complexity of addiction and why recovery can be difficult. Addiction alters a person's brain, creating compulsions. To use. These changes can make it difficult to resist the urge to use drugs over time. Furthermore, drug abuse and addiction can impair the brain's reward system. When a person uses opiates, he or she feels an intense sense of pleasure. Those who become addicted seek out the sensation on a regular basis. However, opiate use can impair the brain's ability to produce its own painkillers and the feel-good chemical dopamine over time. The addict becomes unable to feel good without the assistance of opioid drugs. Addiction is also rarely a standalone health problem. Many people who struggle with addiction also suffer from a mental illness. When this happens, people require dual diagnosis treatment. This type of treatment for co-occurring disorders addresses both issues at the same time. Dual diagnosis reduces the risk of relapse while also improving an individual's physical and mental health. Drug use can aggravate or mask symptoms, making treatment difficult until a complete and correct diagnosis is obtained. Aside from what is going on inside the sufferer's body and mind, there are negative social ramifications to contend with. A person under the influence of drugs or alcohol may act in ways that alienate parents and friends in some cases. Someone who is feeding an addiction may engage in antisocial behavior to obtain money to continue using drugs. You may find someone requesting loans or cash gifts or selling priceless family heirlooms. There are numerous indicators that a person can be suffering from addiction. If they steal from others, they may face arrest and imprisonment. Because drug possession and sale are both illegal, it is not uncommon for a loved one suffering from addiction to have a criminal record. All of these negative consequences can spread to other. Shelters across the country are reporting an increase in the number of people seeking assistance, with wait lists doubling or tripling in recent months.